to the Golden State Warriors News Today channel. Take the opportunity to leave that like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to today's news.
During the offseason, one of the hottest topics for Golden State Warriors fans was the team's interest in All-Star Lauri Markkanen of the Utah Jazz. What seemed to be a great opportunity to strengthen the team did not materialize, as the Warriors did not make a strong enough offer to acquire the player. After much speculation, Lauri Markkanen finally spoke out about the trade rumors involving his name. In an exclusive interview with Mark Stein, one of the NBA's leading insiders, Markkanen shared his thoughts on the trade talks. "When your name comes up in negotiations, it means you're doing the right things. Teams are interested in you," he commented. "I tuned it out and trusted my agent to let me know what was real." This was not the first time Markkanen had been in such a situation. His previous experience moving from the Chicago Bulls to the Cleveland Cavaliers helped him handle the uncertainty of the offseason better. "I had been through this before, so it was easier this time. I knew that if something was going to happen, my agent would let me know. So I enjoyed the time with my family and continued my training as usual." Despite all the interest from the Warriors, the truth is that Markkanen never showed much desire to leave the Utah Jazz. He revealed that he was happy where he was and preferred to stay with the team. "I wasn't a free agent, but I had the option to choose. In the end, I wanted to stay with the Jazz," he stated. With a failure to bring in both Markkanen and Paul George, the big question for the Warriors now is whether the team will be strong enough to compete for a playoff spot without these major additions. The season promises challenges, and fans will be watching closely to see how the team adjusts. Now, with the frustrating negotiations behind them and the offseason coming to a close, the Golden State Warriors need to rely on the talent already present in the roster. The lack of significant signings like Markkanen or Paul George places even more pressure on players like Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and young talents like Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody, who will need to step up if the team wants to remain competitive. For many fans, the absence of impactful reinforcements can be concerning, especially in an increasingly strong and star-studded Western Conference. Teams like the Denver Nuggets, Phoenix Suns, and Los Angeles Lakers have bolstered their rosters, while the Warriors seem to have fallen behind in this aspect. However, Golden State's competitive spirit has always been its trademark, and some believe that even without standout acquisitions, the team can still surprise. The development of young players like Kuminga and Curry's health will be crucial for the Warriors' ambitions this season. There's also hope that Andrew Wiggins, who played a key role in the 2022 title, will return to his best form and take on a bigger role. With a well-established playing system and chemistry among the veterans, the Warriors can still be a dangerous team. The big question now is, will the team, without the significant signings that many expected, be able to return to the finals and compete for another title? What is clear is that this season will test the hearts of the fans, and every game will be a decisive battle. Fans hope that the legendary Warriors spirit of the team will guide them once again to a memorable campaign, even against all odds. With the season approaching and the roster set, the focus will now be on the Golden State Warriors' ability to reinvent themselves in a competitive landscape, especially without the acquisitions that many expected to give the team a new lease on life. Trust in the core of experienced players like Stephen Curry and Draymond Green will be essential, but the true difference maker may come from the development of young talents. Jonathan Kuminga, in particular, is in the spotlight. After a season where he showed flashes of great potential, many believe this will be the year he makes the necessary leap to establish himself as an important piece in the rotation. His athleticism, combined with a growing confidence on offense, makes him an exciting promise for the franchise's future. With Klay Thompson's departure, Kuminga has the opportunity to take on a more significant role and prove that he can be a vital asset for the team. In addition to him, other names like Moses Moody and the newly signed Chris Paul will also play crucial roles. Paul's addition was met with skepticism by some, but his role as a mentor and floor organizer could be key to optimizing the performance of the young players and maintaining the pace when Curry is off the court. Paul's ability to control the game and his leadership may be the missing factors that allow the team to maintain a high level of consistency throughout the season. Another important point will be Andrew Wiggins' recovery, who has already shown he can shine in the most important moments. His versatility and defensive ability will be essential for the team's success, especially in a Western Conference that demands a lot of competitiveness on the wings. If he can regain the form that placed him among the top players in the 2022 finals, the Warriors will have a solid defense and an even more versatile offense. However, the big question that remains is whether this combination of youth, experience, and veteran leadership will be enough to overcome strengthened opponents. Without the impactful signings like Lauri Markkanen and Paul George, Golden State will have to rely on its team chemistry and the playing philosophy that made them champions in the past. The season will be filled with challenges, but the Warriors have never been a team that shies away from a fight. With a team's history built on overcoming obstacles and grit, fans can expect to see a competitive, resilient Golden State once again, ready to prove they can still compete among the elites. If Curry, Green, and company can inspire the young roster, the Warriors might surprise the league once more. Now, it remains to be seen how this journey unfolds on the court, with hard work, dedication, and the energy that has always accompanied this legendary franchise. As a Warriors fan, it's clear that I would have liked to see the team make a more aggressive move to bring in Lauri Markkanen or even Paul George. Players of that caliber could elevate the team instantly and provide that sense of security that we are ready to compete with the powers of the West. However, I also believe that Golden State has always had a different DNA. They don't follow the traditional model of building super teams through major trades, but rather develop players within the system, getting the best out of them. It's frustrating to see other teams like the Lakers, Suns, and Nuggets strengthening their rosters while we seem to be standing still. But we cannot underestimate the power of what we already have. Stephen Curry is a living legend, and as long as he is on the court, we will always have a chance. He is the heart of this team, and it's no exaggeration to say that with him, anything is possible. Additionally, Draymond Green remains the defensive anchor and emotional leader of the team. When they are motivated, something magical can always happen. Now, the great point of hope is Jonathan Kuminga. Believing in his development is what makes me optimistic for this season. If he can establish himself as a consistent player and elevate his game, he could be the missing piece to fill the void left by Klay Thompson's departure. It won't be easy, and the pressure will be high, but I like how the Warriors give time for their young players to grow. Of course, there are risks. We know that rivals are stronger, and it won't be a smooth path to the playoffs, but I believe that with the chemistry this team already has and with Curry in MVP mode, we can surprise. The addition of Chris Paul, which many question, could end up being crucial. He doesn't need to be the CP3 of old, but if he can be a mentor for the younger players and provide stability when Curry is off the court, that will be a significant gain. At the end of the day, being a Warriors fan is knowing that this team always finds a way to surprise and exceed expectations. I am confident that, even without the major trades we so desired, we still have what it takes to fight this season. We will need a bit of luck, some young players stepping up, and, of course, the leadership of our veterans. But if there's one thing I've learned as a Warriors fan, it's that we can never underestimate this team.